Namaskaram. Welcome to today's video where we will be talking about the second wonderful, magnificent epic, the Mahabharatam. In fact, the Mahabharatam is the world's most largest and magnificent epic. It stands as one of the two major ancient Indian epics along the side of Ramayana. Written by Ved Vyasa, approximately 100,000 verses the entire book comprises of, divided into 18 chapters or parvas. Let's deeply dive into what Mahabharatam has to talk to us. It is Veda Vyasa to whom we credit the Mahabharatam. It is celebrated as one of the Hinduism's greatest literary and religious treasures. Though the exact date of its composition is debated among scholars, approximately it is believed that it is written between 8th and 4th centuries BCE. These 18 chapters or parvas that the Mahabharatam is composed of collectively narrate the saga of the Kurukshetra war. These parvas, which are 18 chapters, collectively narrate the saga of the Kurukshetra war, the conflict between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, interwoven with subplots, philosophical discourses, and profound moral teachings. In fact, the Mahabharatam recounts the saga of the illustrated Bharata dynasty and the tumultuous feud between its two branches, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, for the throne of Hastinapur. On the map that is flashed out on your screen, you could see the India map, and the pink portion is the Kuru dynasty. So the entire north and the northwestern part is completely the Kuru dynasty. The epic reaches its crescendo in the monumental Kurukshetra war, where the virtuous Pandavas, led by their valiant prince Arjuna, confront the ambitious Kauravas, headed by their formidable prince Duryodhana. Across its narrative expanse, the Mahabharatam delves into profound themes such as dharma, righteousness, duty, justice, loyalty, friendship, family dynamics, power, and the intricate tapestry of human relationships. Through its vivid storytelling, the Mahabharatam presents a diverse ensemble of characters, each meticulously crafted with the distinct personalities, virtues, and flaws. From the principled Pandava, we have 5 Pandavas, the children of Pandu: Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. These are the 5 Pandava princes. 2, as you could see in the picture, we have Kunti, Pandu. Pandu is the prince of Hastinapur, who is married to Kunti first and later Madri, and they have 5 children in all. Kunti has Yudhishthira, Bhima, and Arjuna, whereas Madri has Nakula and Sahadeva. From this to the Kauravas, who are the children of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Dhritarashtra is the elder brother of Pandu. Dhritarashtra's wife is Gandhari. The only problem with Dhritarashtra is that he is born blind. So after marriage, Gandhari also ties her eyes up so that she would not see, or she doesn't want to see, the world that her husband cannot see. Also equally important is Gandhari's brother Shakuni in the entire Mahabharatam story. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari together have 100 children, rather 101 children, with Duryodhana, Dushasana, and others who are commonly called as Kauravas. They have 100 princes and 1 prince, Priya Duryodhani. So Duryodhana is the prince and the princess is Priya Duryodhani. And Duryodhana has got 99 brothers and 1 sister. The epic unfolds a rich panorama of individuals grappling with their fates and the moral consequences of their choices. The very first parva is called as Adi Parva, the book of the beginning. Sets the stage with King Shantanu and Ganga, as you could find in the very first picture on to your left, and the birth of Bhishma. Later, King Shantanu marries Satyavati and has Vichityavirya and Chitrangada, the two sons. To Vichitravirya and Chitrangada, in fact, Vichitravirya dies. To Chitrangada, we have the birth of Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura, as you could see in the second picture. Then we have the birth of the Kuru princes. Dhritarashtra has 101 children, and the 100 children are called as the Kuru princes, and Pandu has got 5 Pandavas: Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadeva. Together they are called as Pandavas, whereas the 100 Dhritarashtra children are called as Kauravas. So the entire story rotates around the fight between Pandavas and Kauravas for the Hastinapur throne. Then we also have in between the birth of Karna, who is the eldest of all the Pandavas, to Kunti. How these children grow up under the Guru and his teachings, Guru Drona, as you could see in the third picture. And then the last picture talks about the Matsya Yantra that has been hit by Arjuna for marrying Draupadi. So the first Parva, Adi Parva, ends with the Pandavas marrying Draupadi. And of course, Bhima exhibiting his own valor by killing the demon Vaka. Moving ahead to the Sabha Parva, which is the second Parva or the second chapter, the Book of Assembly Hall, it literally translates into. It narrates the events in the royal court of Hastinapur, the famous gambling match that goes on between Kauravas and Pandavas, with Shakuni supporting the Kauravas, as you could see in the picture. The humiliation of Draupadi, the Pandavas lose the game to Kauravas, and as a result of which insult the 5 brothers and also drag Draupadi into the Hastinapur court by catching the hair as well as her dress. And the subsequent exile of the Pandavas for 13 years of forest life and 1 year of exile. Thus, the princess going back to the forest is the next scene. The third book is called as Vana Parva. Vana is equal to forest. So it is the book of forest. And it describes the Pandavas' 12 years of exile in the forest, filled with adventures, encounters with sages, and profound teachings. Bhima kills the man-eating demon Kirmira. Arjuna's quest and receives the Pashupatasastra or Pashupatastra from Lord Shiva. The Yaksha Prashnas being answered by Yudhishthira, and the encounter with Jayadratha in his attempt to abduct Draupadi. In general, it is the 12-year exile in the forest and how these 5 Pandava princes, along with their wife Draupadi, spent in the forest. The fourth book talks about Virata Parva, the book of Virata. The Pandavas stay in the kingdom of Virata during their 13th year of exile. Yudhishthira becomes Kanka, a courtier and a dice player. Bhima, he takes on the role of Vallabha, a cook and wrestler. Arjuna is disguised as Brihannala. He teaches dance and music while dressed as a eunuch. Nakula works for Granthika and he is the keeper of horses. Sahadeva becomes Tantipala, a keeper of cows. Thus, all the 5 Pandava princes take their respective disguises and stay in the Virata court for 1 year. While Draupadi, she serves Sairandri, who is the queen. As Sairandri, she serves the maid to Queen Sudeshna. Then you have the Kichaka Vadha. Kichaka is the brother of Queen Sudeshna, who actually wanted to marry Draupadi, which she rejects. And as a result of which, her grief is been shared to Brihannala, as you could see in the picture. And ultimately, Kichaka is killed by Bhima. With Kichaka Vadha, the Virata Parva ends and the Kaurava invasion begins. The 5th Parva is called as Udyoga Parva, the book of the effort. It focuses on the diplomatic efforts and preparations for the Kurukshetra war. Because even after 13 years of exile that is experienced by the Pandavas, the Kauravas are not ready to give even an inch of Hastinapur, thus leading into the Kurukshetra war. the detailing of the negotiations that went on between them, especially Krishna goes as a messenger making a peace mission, and then the build up to war and the preparation and planning of the Kurukshetra war is the Udyoga Parva or the fifth book. Then we have the Bhishma Parva. The Bhishma Parva is the book of Bhishma. It describes the first 10 days of Kurukshetra war that is led by Bhishma, featuring epic battle sequences and Bhishma's teachings on dharma. This book of the Mahabharata includes Now we move ahead to the Bhishma Parva, the book of Bhishma. This describes the first 10 days of the Kurukshetra war that is led by Bhishma, featuring epic battle sequences and Bhishma's teachings on dharma. This book of Mahabharata includes the widely studied Bhagavad Gita, sometimes referred to as Gita, the song of the Lord or the celestial song. The placement of Shikhandi in front of Arjuna, as he has taken an oath to never fight anyone who was once female. Bhishma dies on the 10th day of the war. You could see in the first picture that Krishna also is angry for Bhishma killing so many innocent people on the Pandavas' side. And so Shikhandi is brought under the advice of Bhishma himself that he would not be fighting with a once female. Once he sees Shikhandi, he automatically drops his bow and arrow, and with the help of Arjuna and his arrow, he makes Bhishma fall down. In fact, it is Arjuna who makes the Ampasaya, which is a bed of arrows on which he rests and relaxes. It seems one night when he is thirsty, it is Arjuna whose arrow pierces into the earth and gets Ganga or water onto his mouth. He stays there till Bhishma Ekadasi, the Uttarayana Punyakala, and then leaves his body over here. After Bhishma Parva, the next Parva in the 7th book is Drona Parva. Drona Parva extends from the 11th day of the Kurukshetra war to the 15th day till he dies. It tells how the war extended into the night also. So the dharma was not followed and how millions of soldiers were killed. Major characters in the story like Abhimanyu, Jayatratha, Drona, Ghatotkacha all die during this Drona Parva. Ultimately, it is Drona's fall that you could find, slain by Drushtadimna and Ashwathama's revenge. You could find over there on the top, it is Yudhishthira who says Ashwathama Hataha. Slowly he says Kunjaraha. He kills an elephant by the name Ashwathama and he tells in the ears of his guru that Ashwathama is dead. Ashwathama is none other than Dronacharya's beloved son. The moment he listens to Ashwathama's death, he automatically shreds away his bow and arrow, and as a result of which Drushtadimna, who is the son of Drupada, kills him. And the Drona Parva ends with his death. The next Parva is called as Karna Parva, narrates Karna's role in the war. Till Bhishma is alive, Karna doesn't participate in the war. His confrontation with Arjuna now. The Parva recites how war begins to tire and frustrate everyone. Remember, they have been fighting for the last 13 days. Many people are dead and people start getting tired and frustrated. This book describes how brutal the war leads to horrifying behavior on the 16th, 17th and almost on the day of 18th in the Kurukshetra war. Karna, who is critically acclaimed as the hero of the Mahabharata, is the greatest archers of all the times, equivalent almost to Parashurama and Lord Rama himself. But unfortunately, he has a number of banes. Karna began coming forward, but then Karna's chariot wheel was trapped in the mud as a result of the curse he had received earlier from goddess Earth. At the crucial moment when he has to fight with Arjuna, he forgets the invocating mantra of Brahmastra. This also is a curse as a result of his guru Parashurama. And now Krishna spurs Arjuna to kill Karna in that situation. As in the picture you could see, Karna's chariot wheel is deep beneath the earth. He is trying to lift it up. He is stopping Arjuna to, kill him or attack him. But Krishna says, attack him, because all adharmic people are killed in adharma only. Dharma doesn't apply to adharmic people, is the moral of Kurukshetra War. After the death of Karna, we have the Shalya Parva, the book of Shalya. The appointment of Shalya, who is Madri's brother, as the fourth commander-in-chief of the Kaurava alliance on the 18th day of the Kurukshetra war sees the beginning of the Shalya Parva. The Parva recites Shalya's death by Yudhishthira, how Duryodhana becomes mortally wounded by Bhima, and out of the entire Kaurava army, only these three survive. Details of the final 2 days of the war under Shalya's leadership, including battles, warriors, deaths, and Duryodhana's fall, ends the Shalya Parva. This is Bhima and Duryodhana fighting with each other with mace, and ultimately how Bhima hits him under the waist on his thighs, so that he falls sick, his thighs start bleeding, he is unable to move, and Duryodhana hides under the water, waiting for his death. The 10th Parva is called as Sauptika Parva, the book of night ambush. This narrates the events after the 18 days horrible Mahabharata war. In fact, the story goes that Krishna, after the war, takes Arjuna to the tents of the Pandavas and asks Arjuna to get down. In fact, Arjuna is very proud, thinking that it is he who has won the war. But Krishna wanted him to get down the chariot. Arjuna says, you are the charioteer, you get down first and then the king will get down. In his pride, he answers Lord Krishna in that way, but Krishna patiently asks him to get down of the chariot first. So Arjuna gets down the chariot and then Krishna gets down. The moment Krishna gets down, the chariot catches fire and the whole chariot collapses. For this, Arjuna is wonderstruck. It is Krishna who says that a chariot on whom Krishna himself is the charioteer, with Hanuman standing on top of it in the pataka, it is so powerful that it cannot catch fire. Had Krishna got down from the chariot with Arjuna sitting in it, Arjuna would have been dead by this time. And it's in this way, Krishna wanted to remind Arjuna that it is because of Krishna and Hanuman that the victory has come to Arjuna and not because of Arjuna. This makes Arjuna come down of his ego and pride. This is a beautiful picture describing this story. Now it also focuses, the Parva also focuses Ashwathama's night ambush. He in fact wanted to take revenge as per the saying of Duryodhana, because it is Bhima who has killed him. It is Arjuna who has destroyed all the Kaurava army and have destroyed and killed his 99 brothers, including him, 100 of them. He wanted Ashwathama, his close friend, to take revenge on Pandavas. So he uses the Brahmastra. Not knowing that Upa-Pandavas are sleeping, he uses the Astra on them and kills the Upa-Pandavas, who are the children of Pandavas from Draupadi. Now these are the 5 Upa-Pandavas that we have, the sons of Draupadi, with each Pandava king. Now Krishna is, it becomes unbearable for a person like Krishna also, who is so stoic, to bear the death of Upa-Pandavas. And so he curses Ashwathama by removing his middle eye that is there in the middle of his brow, in the Agya Chakra, and says that the only curse that he can give, the only punishment that he can give Ashwathama for such a brutal night ambush is he should become Chiranjeeva and stay forever till the Kali Yuga also. And that is the curse given to Ashwathama by Krishna. The 11th Parva is called as the Stree Parva, or the book of the women. This depicts the grief of women after the war, funeral rites, and the Pandavas' journey into the Hastinapur. The 12th book is called as the Shanti Parva, the book of peace. It contains Bhishma's teachings to Yudhishthira on dharma, on politics, on ethics, and also on spirituality. Bhishma, remember, is still lying on the bed of arrows. And from that, he gives the teachings to Yudhishthira as to how a good ruler should be, what a good Rajya is. So, dharma, politics, ethics, spirituality are taught to Bhishma, taught to Yudhishthira and other Pandavas by Bhishma, thereby offering a philosophical interlude. The 13th book is called as Anushasana Parva, the book of instructions, which are given by Bhishma, continued into it. The moral principles, duties of rulers, and righteous living are all taught by Bhishma to all the 5 Pandavas. The 14th Parva is called Ashwamedhika Parva, the book of the horse sacrifice. Once Yudhishthira becomes the king, he makes the Ashwamedha ritual, challenges faced, Arjuna's role in it, and the final rituals that had been done. Ashrama Vasika Parva, the book of hermitage, is the next Parva. Pandavas ruled the kingdom of Hastinapur for 36 long years with dharma. They conducted several Rajasuya Yajnas, Ashwamedha Yajnas, and Yudhishthira had become a grand emperor, a Chakravartin Samrat for the entire nation. This also narrates the Pandavas' retirement to the forest after fulfilling their duties, their journey to the Himalayas, and their departure. The 16th Parva is called as Mausala Parva, the book of the clubs. This details the destruction of the Yadava dynasty, Krishna's departure, and the fratricidal war among the Yadavas, killing each other. Thus, Yadavas are dead, Krishna also departs because of the Musala. The 17th Parva is called as Mahaprasthanika Parva, the book of the great journey. This narrates the Pandavas' final journey to the Himalayas, renunciation, deaths, and Yudhishthira's ascent to heaven. Mahaprasthanika Parva recites the journey of the Pandavas across India and finally their ascent towards Himalayas as they climb their way to heaven on Mount Sumeru. As they leave their kingdom, a dog befriends them and also joins them in their journey. As you could see in the picture, the 5 Pandavas are there, their wife Draupadi is there, and the dog also is there. The 18th Parva is called as Swargarohana Parva, the book of the ascension to heaven. This describes Yudhishthira's journey to heaven, celestial encounters, test of righteousness, and the ultimate ascension by becoming victorious not only as Vijay, outside world, but also Jaya, inside world. That is one of the reasons why Vyasa wanted to name this text as Jayam, because it is the victory of one's own self that is more important than the victory with others. The victory with others has happened in the Mahabharata war. But now, in the true sense, Yudhishthira also, a very dharmic person like Yudhishthira also, has self-control and wins over his own self in the 18th Parva, and then ultimately he goes to heaven, as you could see in the pictures. The Mahabharatam encompasses numerous philosophical discourses prominently featuring the Bhagavad Gita, a profound dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in the middle of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The Gita delves into the fundamental inquiries concerning duty, righteousness, yoga, and the nature of the self, imparting spiritual guidance and profound wisdom. In Hinduism and Indian culture, the Mahabharatam holds immense religious and cultural and literary significance and is revered as a sacred scripture, inspiring devotion, worship, and moral teachings. It has exerted a profound influence on art forms, literature, philosophy, and social norms across South Asia and beyond. So, dear students, beyond Vyasa's Mahabharatam, there exist numerous regional and vernacular adaptations of the epic, just like we see for Ramayanam also, each offering unique interpretations, adaptations, and enrichments. Notable among these are the Telugu version, Andhra Mahabharatam, translated by the esteemed trio of poets known as Kavitrayam. The Kavitrayam are Nannaya, Tikkana, and Yarana, or Erra Pragada, as it is called. So, Nannaya, Tikkana, and Erra Pragada have translated the Sanskrit Vyasa Mahabharatam into Telugu. Additionally, the Tamil rendition by Perunduvar Perundevanar, a medieval Tamil poet, represents a significant translation of the Mahabharatam into Tamil, while the Bengali Mahabharatam by Kashiram Das adds to the diversity of the interpretations. The Mahabharatam stands as a timeless masterpiece that continues to inspire and captivate audiences with its universal themes, profound wisdom, and epic storytelling, serving as a beacon of moral and spiritual guidance for humanity. Dear students, it is said that if you don't find any character in the Mahabharatam, such character would not exist in the world also, not only in those days, but even today. Such is the profundity of characters and the story of Mahabharatam. Thank you very much for listening to this beautiful epic. I thank you for allowing me and giving me a chance to talk about this epic to you. See you in the next video. Bye for now. Namaskaram.